I'm going to Kimmy's. You know she got plenty food for me to eat.
Mommy, will you make it again?
These beef short ribs was so tender and delicious. I'm definitely going to make it again. So I prepped my veggies, and for this I used about 3 to 4 stalks of celery, a half of a vidalia onion, and some garlic cloves. And I don't do all that extra cutting to my onion. I just slice it down and then I just completely cut it. There's no point in doing anything extra, because they still come out finely diced. I mean, they really, really do. I don't like big chunks of onion. Look at that. Small and fine like me. And for this, I use fresh garlic instead of minced garlic. I wanted to roast it, but I completely forgot to do it. So I just chopped it up and threw it in the pan. Now, you can buy all this stuff pre-chopped or whatever how you want to do it, but I like to chop my veggies myself because it's just soothing to me. I don't know why. Then I put some grapeseed oil in my Dutch oven. Yes, it looks like that because I use it pretty often. And while that got hot, I seasoned my short ribs. Now, there's no true measurements for this part because I just heavily season it. Heavily with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And I mean seasoned it. You should be able to smell the seasoning. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Now go ahead and massage your meat. Make sure every short rib has enough seasoning in every part of it, okay? Do not be stingy. So now my oil is hot, so now I'm going to sear off my short ribs. Every side. I didn't show you, but I did every single side. I like searing it, 1 for color and 2 to lock the flavor in. I feel the seasoning stick better when I sear it. And I just had to show you how pretty brown like me that one sear is. I seared them all for 3 minutes on each side and took them out. Now with that bits of flavor at the bottom, I added my veggies. And I made sure to scrape the bottom to get all that goodness. No, it's not burnt. It just looked like that on my camera. I kept tossing and tossing until my veggies got nice and brown. And I started adding in my beef bouillon and my tomato paste. I added in 1 tablespoon of beef bouillon base and about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Then I mixed that all together and made sure it was nice and incorporated. I made sure to scrape down every bit of that charred on goodness at the bottom. Once those was good, I added about a 1/4 cup of flour, 1 to soak up all that oil and to also make like a kind of a roux when I add my liquids. Now, I don't drink, so this is the red wine that I got. I don't know if it's the right one. I don't know if I'm supposed to use something different, but that's the one I used. I used just 1 cup of it, and I made sure to scrape the bottom some more, and I cooked it down for about 5 minutes to get all the alcohol out of it. And I want y'all to know, I contemplated getting a man in this house because it took me like 5 minutes to open that bottle. Once the alcohol cooked out, I added 1.5 cups of beef broth and 1 cup of chicken broth. I also added 1 tablespoon of W13 sauce and some more seasonings, but for some reason I didn't record it. I tasted the sauce and it tasted good, so I went ahead and added the beef ribs back, added some fresh rosemary and thyme and a couple of bay leaves. Then I put the top on and I put it in the oven on 325 for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Then I took it out, I basted it a little bit, and I put it back in the oven uncovered for about 30 minutes. I wanted to get some more color to it, and I also wanted to let the liquid thicken up a little bit. Now, you can do this on the stove if you want to, but I chose to do it in the oven. And when I tell you those bones melted away from that beef rib, look at that. Clean and smooth, no problem. I plated it up with some red skin mashed potatoes, and we were good to go. And you got some delicious beef short ribs that fall off the bone. All right, bye.